Okay, it's the first one of these I've done, but I am going to be doing a minigame grind today. Okay. That's fine. Oh my god. Wow. Holy. Huh. Sure. Okay, well, I guess we keep going. No. Ah, okay. Just a moment. Yo, Cure, welcome on in. Dude, just the second attempt of the session, I got a pretty sick PB, and I'm only 3 frames off of the world record. So welcome on in. This is actually... just that rainbow. You got a good rainbow board. What was the time on it? Yeah, this is the first time in a long while that I've actually done a minigame grind on stream, and it just like took my second attempt to get. So now I'm like number 2 on the Cyberscore leaderboard. And I broke my PB by 0.12, which is a lot at this stage. All boards. Rainbow was like 26. Okay. 26, 22. I remember my first all boards for normal. It was... like, I had like a terrible time, but like, you know, I have the YouTube highlight of the Rainbow Dream that I had then. Ever since then, I've never really had that good of a Rainbow Dream, or I think maybe like one other time, but you know, Rainbow Dream has just been such a struggle for me, especially on normal. But yeah, GG. I think I might want to do another all boards, maybe like next week or something. I was gonna do all minigames for Mario Party 6 today, but I guess I got pretty late and I wanted to just do this. I'm kind of glad I did, because I mean, I just landed this PB and it's pretty crazy. I'll just do an attempt or two. Most of the time what you're gonna see is just me getting blocked by the boxes. But you know, just when the good attempt comes around, just gotta make the most of it. And that's one example right there. So you see that the way to play this minigame optimally is very, very different from how most people play it. Like, you know, just very subtle things. Yeah, the boxes, the crates, are basically gonna block the majority of these attempts. That's just the way it is. That could have been really good. But like, essentially, the way that you turn in this minigame in an optimal manner is just very counterintuitive, I would say. Like, the way I was doing it right there was almost perfect, I just didn't hit the checkpoint. A point very far to the left, that was not good, unfortunately. But like, I'm veering very, very far away from it. And then, yeah, that was also bad execution. And box. So like, from 1 to 2, it's a very, very slight, like, I aim very far to the left of the first checkpoint, and then it's like a slight turn to the right. I'm basically like aiming for the corner of near checkpoint number 2, and then it's just like a very, very rounded turn. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, something like that is optimal. Tick, 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 tick. That was not the best, but the boxes were in the way. Yeah, I was a bit too far away, unfortunately. Okay, so this is gonna be only like a mid 37. And yeah, only a mid 37. It's I mean, you don't really have to do this when playing all boards. I mean, you have a very high chance of missing the checkpoints, which is worse in an RTA format, but just like when grinding this for the optimal time, it's sort of what you have to do. Box. There are just a few locations where the boxes, you know, just if they're placed where they are, there's no way you can get the optimal turn. So yeah, that's sort of what makes this a bit of a tough grind. But yeah, I mean, I've nowhere to improve except to get a sub 37 at this point. Aw, oh, man, that could actually have been a good attempt. Unfortunately, the box was just where that was. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, closing in on 2,000 attempts at this minigame. It's already over, but I'll just do it for the practice. Yep. So, checkpoint number 4 is always the most difficult because there's always three boxes. Okay, this is gonna be good, but I don't think it's gonna be record. 44. Yeah. It's not good. I feel like it's much harder starting on the right hand side compared to starting on the left spawning position. I may just have to quit as soon as I see that I start on the right. I kind of don't want to, but... Checkpoint 5 is kind of a mystery to me, to be honest. I'll check that message again. Now boxes got in the way. The 2-bit or lose it minigame could be really quick every time. Like the way that you did it, it's hard to say. I mean, I guess. Well, this is on PAL, but I mean, let me just do something real quick. Also, save that to my memory card, I suppose. Okay, so this. So I think the way that you did it, you just started like right in front of them. The thing is, you were starting from the very left, and I don't know if the CPUs always behave in the same way. I mean, we can go ahead and do a thing or two, just to entertain the possibility. So the first question is, do we always spawn in the same place? Okay, we spawn. Oh god, this feels slow. Oh wait, I forgot that. Oh, whoops! I forgot that I have to press A. I have to press A at the beginning. Okay, I'm starting from the left again. Ah, that didn't work. Nah. I think Luigi got away. I mean, I think you can crush one of them quickly. It's just... The issue is that one of them seems to move around habitually. I don't know if you did something a bit different. No, that time didn't work. I mean, you can go ahead and test it out yourself, but I don't know if what you did is consistent enough. I think I almost got it there. I think I almost got it, but unfortunately... didn't quite manage it. One more time. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be happening. And we got one of them. Okay. So yeah, it's not exactly something that can be fully consistent, I feel. Yeah, it's like you want them to line up. I would need to look at the clip again to see what the CPUs did and what you did, but I don't think it's fully consistent. I mean, you feel free to go ahead and try out yourself, but I just don't think that it's... Guess we will get back to grinding. I mean, we can get one of them at the beginning, I think, with some consistency, but that's with easy CPUs. I mostly play with normal. In fact, in the relay, I might go with all boards normal. But you know, it's just I can see what we can do on normal. Anyway. Nope, bad box. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it would have been interesting if something consistent could be found. And maybe I could look into it a bit more, but I really don't. My sense is that it's just situational. Oh yeah, I've got to unplug my controller because, as you can see, one of my control sticks is very defective. It's defective enough that it might actually interfere, but box. Yeah, that was actually my good controller for several years, but now it like, as you can see, it's broken to the point of being absolutely... I don't know what to do about it. I really want to have like another... I mean, the controller that I'm currently using is good, but you know, it could eventually become just as bad. I don't know what to do. I don't feel totally comfortable with doing surgery on the controller. could have been good. And you know, the PB that I got earlier this session is I think my first one since September. I've been doing some long sessions and, you know, that's the first time I've actually improved in over 4 months. And, you know, it's not like a small improvement either. It's like 6 frames. Third-party controllers for $250. I mean, I purchased some third-party controllers, and let me just show you. When I press A on a normal controller, I mean, I don't know if you can hear it. It's relatively quiet, but when I press it on this controller, like the buttons are just not good at all. They're just like they're very, very noisy. Like they're very springy. Oh, whoops. What? No, I could. That and the control stick. Like I was grinding Later Skater last year. It was about like $20, I think, from what I recall. So I was grinding Later Skater last year, that minigame, and I was nowhere near as good, even though this has what looks to be a normal control stick. I just could not match the sort of turns and times that I was getting with the control stick that I'm currently using. Even though the control stick that I'm currently using doesn't have the rubber part, like, you know, I only have like the skeletal part of it. It's still much better, the ones that I have. So I don't fully trust buying third-party controllers anymore, unfortunately. Just, this is what they call the controller lottery. Possibility of finding a controller that's actually good. You can end up wasting a lot of money just purchasing. I mean, these controllers sort of just like do the job. They serve as like controllers that I can use for just idle controller. I'm not actually going to use them. Oh man. And box. Is the Smash Bros. One official Nintendo? Yeah. I don't know, man. There may be a cheap controller that you can get out there for that might be good, but I wouldn't know where to find it. No, that box. Like, I mean, I personally need a replacement controller, I feel, or something to like replace the control stick. I'm sure there's a way if I just take the time to do that, but I really don't know. And I first need like the little screwdriver for it. This isn't good. So yeah, it's an uncertain future for us GameCube controller users. Oh, I moved too late. It's not good. Oh, man. One day our best original control will break and we're gonna be stuck at buying worse ones. No, I'm not looking. Yeah, I mean, hopefully people continue to buy or continue to produce good parts and such. Yo, Rixa, welcome on in. Why do I do this on PAL? I mean, why not? Makes it easier to play. I mean, the reason I started playing on PAL was because I was grinding Leaf Leap on the NTSC version, and I just was not getting good scores. And so I just decided, you know what? Why don't I try it on PAL? So I mean, I just continue to grind PAL. You know, there's a leaderboard for it. Why not just grind it out? And the record on PAL is, I think, a lot easier compared to NTSC. I think all the records are, at least on Cyberscore, are... I mean, I think there's one that's stronger after conversion. Before it wasn't, but now it is. There's just a lot of potential for improvement. Once I'm done with PAL, I'm gonna go back to NTSC, try to improve them. I've definitely gotten a lot better. At all these mini-games. 28. Not bad. I think 31, I want to do the conversion actually right now, I didn't do it before. So 37.02 converts to a 3085 on NTSC. Which, it's pretty fast, I would have to say. It is pretty fast. I just have 3 frames left to cut to tie the record, and 4 frames to beat it. I can always rely on you for very helpful, friendly advice. Rixa. Just, why didn't I think of that before? Nope. Yeah, why not, you know? Just, let's get it. Let's, oh, go big or go home, as they say. Dang. Well, is there a task time for this minigame? So the fastest task involves pushing from behind, like, you know, getting the other players to get into certain positions and to push from behind. I think the same person did a task where you don't have pushes, and it might have been like a 30-70. Which would convert to, I think, I have to see what it converts to on PAL. Too far. That's not good. But let me see what it would convert to on PAL. 3070. 3684. I see. So I don't know if that task is optimal. I feel like I may have watched it before, and, you know, the way that I mean, I even found the same person who did that did a later skater task, and I managed to improve on that. So I think it could be possible to improve on the task time, the no push task time. Better than the human world record? I think the NTSC world record... There's a little bit of confusion that I have. Like, there is I think a time claimed from way long time ago of 3065 by a player named Seapole. Seapole used to have a YouTube channel. I don't think his 3065 was one of the videos on it, but, you know, he had a lot of times. I mean, I think he got banned from Cyberscore for I don't know what reason, but, you know, a lot of his times that he claimed back then are records or previous records, or otherwise just really good times and scores. The 3065 is the fastest claimed time. The fastest on the Cyberscore leaderboard is by Blue Star, which is 3070. Which is tying that task. But I feel like a faster time could be possible. This is one of the minigames that I think would be very difficult to task, because it's hard to really mimic the action that I'm doing on the control stick in a task setting. Like, I'm sort of flicking again and again and again, and I don't know how that would translate to a task. That, and, like, you know, it's a little tricky knowing exactly how fast I'm going. And the reason is that, like, you know, you can... The checkpoint times don't necessarily give an indication of how fast you're going. Like, you can hit a checkpoint at some time, and, you know, the transition to the next checkpoint is slower or faster. Why is Mario still a bot? So, interestingly, I feel like... Well, number one, Mario doesn't really get in my way, so he's sort of irrelevant. Like, you know, I think when you have multiple CPUs, there's a possibility that they get in your way. But when it's just one, there's no issue. At least with a normal CPU. The thing is, I watched Blue Star's video. He has like a video on his channel, and it was the same deal. Basically, two controllers being idle and one CPU. I don't know if the task was with that configuration as well. I'm a bit suspicious about that, because there are some minigames, Later Skater being one of them, where the number of idle controllers that you have affects your initial speed. How many minigames have that property, but one minigame that's also important that you have idle controllers is Cartwheeled in Mario Party 7. That minigame you have to play as player 4 and have 3 idle controllers. Bad box again. Bad box again. So tail on the left side of the finish line is deceptively big hitbox. Oh, damn. The most annoying way to lose a run is just to miss, kind of the way that I did. I feel like it's even worse than just hitting a box and having a box in the way, because it's sort of on you. Bad box again. The size of a large pylon. Yeah, exactly. I think I might have even shown a video of that hitbox in the Discord several months back. It is enormous. compared to its actual size. It just, like, the hitbox extends much further than we think it should. Okay, that didn't exactly show it. Yeah. I remember it was like that attempt would have been a PB at the time or pretty close to it, but you know, got ruined at the very end. And like I did a comparison back then, and of course it doesn't matter now because I've improved. Can't do anything about that box. A lot of times when I'm playing this minigame, I think to myself, whoever put these boxes or made them random should just be shot. I just like think of all the time in people's lives that have been robbed just based on this box concept. Like, and even just like casual players playing the game. You know, just thinking about all the seconds that are lost because of how the boxes are arranged. Yeah, they're random. I mean, if you pay attention, you're gonna have them in different places. So you need the boxes to be placed in locations that are conducive to make the optimal route. Like the previous time, it was to the left of it, but now it's in a good place. I still missed. That could have been a good location for it. But like the randomness of the locations of the boxes is just what makes this a difficult grind, just because most of the time you don't get to practice the optimal route. That was not a good turn, unfortunately. Ah, dang. I feel like I was close. So yeah, I mean, if you pay attention, you're gonna see a lot of differences. Aw, man. That box right there. That was the only bad box. Everything else was solid. I already see the boxes on the right. They're not gonna be good. It's already over. I thought that would be much better than it ended up being. Again, I thought that would be much better than a 4x. Oof. that's all good. This is gonna be a very quiet day. It kind of confirms that 500 apples. Oh yeah, with a snake. I don't know. It kind of confirms that, you know, people, and I sort of understand it, but you know, this is not typically a favorite thing that people will watch. At least not on my stream. And there are some people who definitely. I mean, if you go on summoning, I mean, but you know, people watch Summoning Salt because, well, he makes some very good documentaries. But like, he streams right now, and he's doing like these pretty similar, just like grinding, where you have to like type a passcode every time you have to do an attempt. At Mike Tyson. I got sort of what inspired me to grind this tonight. And a similar deal with GoldenEye, but I think the big difference is that, you know, there's not really a big community of minigame grinding in the Mario Party series. Whereas Mario Kart and GoldenEye and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, you know, all these communities have a lot of people grinding for the single scores. But, well, I guess it makes it easier for me to get records then. Or the Atari 2600 games. I don't know. Well, maybe that's your scene, huh? But you're you're a connoisseur of many different types of games. I don't think I've ever seen the likes of you. Usually there are people who grind on one system or one series, but I feel like you're very cultured. That didn't seem like a 40, but fine. Yeah. I think after I get this, if I manage to get this record, there won't be very many on the PAL side left. I mean, there are the mashing records, which unfortunately I don't have the ability to get. But I have the 2 out of the 3 Peace Out records. I have the Panic Pinball record. Have the perfect score on Leaf Leap. So just a few things left to achieve on PAL. Going to the point of almost perfect RNG. Then I found that the 3DS player was saving seconds with... Oh. That's actually... So, like, actually playing on the hardware saves time over the emulator. Interesting. Had no time to test things out. Ah, I see. Yeah, it would be interesting one of these days to just go wild and just play whatever game on stream. Yeah, could be fun. Probably like another 37:40 time. 37:38. Oh, what? So, come what may, I will reach 2,000 attempts on this stream. Unless I get world record, which I think if I get world record, I'll end stream, or like stop attempts. But in all likelihood, I think I will be, yeah. Probably not improving. I'd like to improve, but, you know, usually I just reach a point where I'm just doing attempts and not really improving. But what it does do is it builds up muscle memory so that the next time you actually play and you're mentally sharp, well, I feel like a lot of my biggest breakthroughs have happened where I just like I'm grinding for a very long time, and in like the very next session, you know, within like an hour or so, or in this case like 2 attempts, I managed to get a new PB, like get a breakthrough. That's definitely what happened with my Peace Out. Oh, 28, nice. At 28 still feels good because I just... That improvement that I made to 0-2 is like actually such an outlier. boxes, boxes, boxes. This music is perhaps not the best for a minigame to grind scores on. I don't know. I sort of tuned it out at this point. I'd rather... I feel like it's okay. Definitely worse minigames. But like, you know, as soon as I start to think about the music or something like that, it'll distract me from the actual game. I don't know. I feel like it's energetic enough. It's obviously that I'm repeating it over and over again, which... But I feel like I've tuned it out at this point. I've only gotten like a sub 3720 on 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions. Wow, this 0-2 score is going to be so difficult to beat. Oh, I tied it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was so close to beating that. Wow. Twice in one session. Oh. Dang. Oh, I got 3702 twice in one day. It's actually pretty crazy. All it's gonna take is just one attempt. Yeah, it just felt like it felt like it was gonna be something special. And I'm glad that I at least got it a second time. Like, you know, it doesn't feel like a complete fluke. I mean, the next improvement, hopefully, is going to be a sub 37, which is a pretty huge milestone. I remember my first session, I struggled to break 38, and so now just really feels like I've come a long way. The friendly rivalry with one of the players. Okay, I'm focusing. Okay, what is this? No. 24. It's a good time. But, there's like another player. Goes by the tag It's Kai, and like he would always get a better score than me anytime I try to grind something, particularly in these time trial type minigames. I think this is the first score of his that I've beaten, like a time trial type. Though I don't really know how hard he's pushed. Probably not this as hard as I have. Definitely not. Nope. Well, it looks like 3,000 might be the magic number again. I feel like it took 3,000 attempts for me to get Leaf Leap record. Took that many to get the 3-minute Peace Out record. And then I didn't really have a breakthrough in later Skater until about 3,000 attempts in. But who knows, I might get that before. Felt like it could have been faster. Yo, Rain, welcome on in. Are you talking about the story mode PB? Because I actually got a PB in this session, like 2 attempts in, so I assume that you're talking about the story mode, which I am very happy to get. I'm also very happy about this. Like, these are the two records that I currently covet the most, and I've gotten a PB on them on the 2 consecutive days. This minigame record and the story mode record. Of course, there's also the Jamboree time that I'm still trying to grind towards, but, you know. Hopefully you're doing alright, Rain. It's kind of crazy, like, you know, I just randomly, you know, I mean, the session itself was just like really good. You know, I mean, I think you've seen me do sessions where I can't even get out of the first map in hours. Like, I just spend hours struggling. And I got actually like 2 good runs. Wow, that was actually pretty good too. And I had like 2 good runs in yesterday's session. You know, both of them. I think it might have even been back to back. I did only 4 attempts yesterday. It's kind of like the previous PB, where, like, you know, the first attempt of the day, back in July in that session, I just managed to get it. And then afterwards I did 1 attempt of All Boards Intense, and I got a record on that as well. But you know, I guess some days you just feel hot. I don't know who that somebody else is. Well, come what may, I will be crossing as a friend of Kitsune. Well, it's a little not specific. Yo, Sir Legna, welcome on in. I have a feeling that it might. I feel like being on the right-hand side, I've struggled. I have to look back on videos of my PBs and see just how they compare. I feel like, I mean, it was only the... I could look back, it was only the second attempt of the session, so it was pretty early on. I don't know exactly which one it was, but I feel like I started on one of the left-hand positions, but I also got the same score. I tied my PB I think around attempt number 66 or 67. I think keeping track of my attempt number will help see. This has been a very, very special session, I have to say. My 2 best scores, 2 best times ever. It's still it'll take a little bit of effort to make the last improvements. I can always tell how good the final time is based on the 5th checkpoint. I mean, if it's like well below 32, if it's like a 31 XX, then I start getting excited. At that time, it was sort of a transition from 31 to 32. Well, that wasn't a good attempt anyway. Is there any tools in the game that would make speedrunning easier? In-game splits would be nice. I mean, I don't think anything has been developed to make this easier. I think the way that I sort of improved a lot at this game was at least at this minigame. Would a speed display help? And obviously I can't do this on I mean, I have to do this on a vanilla version. But the way that I personally got better at it was just I hopped on an emulator and I just like found one seed, if you will. Like there was like a seed that I found where the boxes were not completely terrible, they were passable. And you know, I managed to find some improvements, just like, you know, ways of routing that helped me make a breakthrough. This was back in September. But the thing is, splits on these checkpoints would not be the most informative, because I feel like you can hit the checkpoint at an earlier time, but your transition to the next checkpoint might not be as good. Could I, in theory, control another player and break a box in the way? In theory, yeah, but you know, in practice, I can't really. I mean, if I could hire somebody to do that, you know, just break the boxes on checkpoint 4 or 3, for example. But I mean, who's gonna do that for me? Who would? Find a way to just like do it with my feet or something. Okay, this is gonna be a good time, but I don't think it's gonna be a PB. 12? Wow. 12 would be any time I've gotten before this session. Okay, I like that I'm getting consistent, the sorts of times I'm getting more consistently. Break boxes. How much does that translate to US dollars? 300? Austrian. I mean, would be cool if somebody I think there's a rule against using emulators. Oh god. I think I just... $185. Okay. That's your... If that's below your hourly rate, I mean... You must be very rich then. Trying to... I mean, you can afford to take days off and, you know, join the relay if that's the case. You know, what is this nonsense about you not having time? Although, being rich doesn't necessarily mean that you... doesn't mean that you're not busy, but... I would, it would be an interesting concept, for sure. But... I wouldn't, bet that a whole lot of people would be too interested in breaking boxes. It's kind of like, I mean, one of the records in this game, I've shown you guys tasks for whatchamacallit, pump and jump. The uncapped maximum score is achievable on console. Like, it is an actual score that people can get. And it would break basically the oldest record in the game, a record that's been tied by a lot of different people. But, you know, it requires 2 people in the same room who have the ability to mash over 20 times per second. So, I mean, I feel like it's a very similar concept where you just need people to kind of like need to hire somebody. And I'm sure that the job would be a lot less tedious than just having somebody break boxes for me. But, you know, just need 2 people in the same room playing Mario Party 5. So, I mean, you were asking before how to improve at a game like this. I mean, I think there are some minigames where a checkpoint, like checkpoint times, would be very useful. I think the later Skater minigame checkpoint times are definitely useful. Although, I usually can just look back on the video. Yeah, turn 3 is like one of the most difficult in this whole thing. It's like, I don't even know if I'm doing it optimally. It's so hard to judge, but a lot of the angles that I make are sort of what I call blind angles, where I don't really see the checkpoint before making the turn. Which is in contrast to how most people play this minigame. You know, it's like most people just like take direct lines, which is very suboptimal. Okay, that seemed pretty good. Okay, I don't think this is the fastest. I missed it anyway. I already see that checkpoint 3 is not going to be passable. The question is whether I should go close to the island or whether I should be a little bit distant from it. Box. And I was wondering how it would look if we actually had a speedometer in this minigame. Oh man. Because you really have to preserve quite a lot of speed when hitting these checkpoints. Okay. Leave a message in just a moment. That's not good. If going on the backside of the island from 2 to 3 would be faster, since your approach to 3 would be more aligned with 4. Let me just see exactly what you mean. Are you saying... Let me just try to square what you're saying with what I think. Are you saying to, like, go on this side of the island? I've never tried that before. I don't think it's I have my doubts about whether that's optimal. I mean, let's just do, for the sake of argument, you know, just seeing what it would be like. I want a fair comparison, but I kind of have my doubts about whether it would be faster. I feel like it's a much larger distance. Yo, Prez, welcome on in. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna see how much different it would be compared to going the typical path. If I were to go this way... Yeah, I already feel like it's a whole second slower. I mean, not a whole second, but, you know, this is what would be typically... Like... Okay, I mean... I have my doubts about whether it's faster. You have to go to bed? Alright, well, I'm not gonna be... I feel like I'm gonna hit 2,000 and I might call it a session. This is gonna be like another 3740. Yeah, 3748. Alright, have a good night, Mr. Acure. Like the most annoying way to lose a run, just missing. But the angles that we take are just so blind. They kind of have to be. $12 again. So I've gotten like 3702 twice in this session and 3712 twice in this session. Those are like my 4 fastest times ever. Yeah, I found a way to avoid Luigi moments. Yep. And if you see some of my Peace Out record videos, you'll see that Luigi is on the side doing nothing. Which is kind of funny. You know, people always joke about him doing absolutely nothing. Well, there he is, doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, I know. The idea is that he wins. But the thing is, people think that he's doing nothing when he wins, when in reality, he's doing quite a bit to the competition. Can't do anything about that. Which makes me... I was actually thinking about some concept of a task or some challenge whereby we try to minimize the number of like, this is actually a big concept for Super Mario 64, but you know, like, how many A-presses will it take to win all minigames in Mario Party 5? I don't know, we could have to consider what scores are necessary to beat, like, easy CPUs. Oops. And in some cases, like Get a Rope, you're gonna have to, like, stay static for 10 seconds and not press the A button, just let the game select the A button for you. Basically, just like minimize the number of times you press A. Okay, we're down to the last. You tried playing by only pressing A? Oh, that's actually interesting. Is there a task of this? No, this is actually just a concept. I mean, there are tasks of it in Super Mario 64, which spouted some very interesting memes about parallel universes, which I'm sure at least some of you heard of, but I was wondering if the concept could be extended to any Mario Party, but like in a Mario Party 5 is the main one I'm interested in. This is no good. Alright, just 2 more attempts and then we're gonna have to call it. Yeah, we can sort of like brainstorm after I'm done with this. Okay. Now attempt number 2000. 2000 Hydrostar attempts. This is the big 2000. And it looks like it's already dead because of the boxes. And that's it. Well, that's just what happens. But, well, as I told some of you guys, only the second attempt of the session, I got 3702, which is just 3 frames off of the world record. So it's pretty early on. You can see the session 2, and I was pretty shocked in my reaction to it, but yeah, so this is second place on the leaderboard. And I tied it once at around like session attempt number 67. I also got 3712 twice, which is better than anything I've gotten before today, at least on console. I don't have all the minigames unlocked on PAL, but I'm just trying to think of like my A button concept. This is what causes the time saves. So first you need a very clear path. You can watch. I mean, the best way I can show you is to just. It's just like a very precise path. Like the way that you curve from one checkpoint to the next, like I don't know how closely you've been seeing it, but like, you know, the way that I'm curving and like, you know, making the path is quite a bit different from how most people play. Like, you know, I don't take a direct line, I take a very curved path. And, like, you know, your butt has to just barely touch the checkpoint every time. Let me see, let me actually show... Let me see if I can show my 3702 on stream. At least my first one. Okay, let me just... Let's turn off my capture card audio for a moment. Let me do a window capture. Window capture, where is that? Interesting. Where? Wait, why is window capture deprecated? That's so weird. Why is it deprecating window capture? That makes no sense. Whoops, nope. YouTube, I'll just call it that. Go. I'll call it go. That worked. Oh, whoops. This is actually not what I want to show. Filters. Just give me a moment. Filter. Where's the filter button? Ah, crop pad. Okay. Nope. I kind of wish I had a recording. This would make it, I think, a bit easier. $500. 900. And then bottom. 100. 200. Oh. Okay. 400. Wait, what? Okay. Alright, well, this is a little awkward, but I think we almost have it fully on screen. Filters. Okay. So let me just show you what my best looks like at the moment. I also need the desktop audio on. Okay. So just like barely touching the checkpoints each time. And the paths are just very, very curved. Oh my god. Am I going full throttle the whole time? I mean, yeah, I'm basically holding on to A the entire time. Okay. So yeah, just hold on to A the entire time. Take very curved paths optimally. You don't what was I gonna say? You just barely touch the checkpoint with the butt of the boat. So that's basically how to play it in the fastest way possible. So I'm just a few frames off the record with that time. So yeah, let's... So I think before this we were talking about just like how to play with like minimal A presses or something. And you know, I think there are a lot of minigames that don't involve A presses. So like Coney Island, this is Chimp Chase, it involves some A pressing. You'd have to like get the golden one and just like a couple more to win that. This has a mandatory A press. Don't remember what this was. Oh yeah, this was the maze game. I forget what its name is. This has one A press. This, you basically have to press A the exact number of times, which I don't know exactly what it is. This is only B. This is only B presses, so that's fine. This involves only the control stick. This one, you would sort of, I think ideally just have everybody just kill themselves. This one, yeah, it is possible to do this without pressing A, but you know, you'd have to sort of rely on the CPU's screwing up. This one, unfortunately, you do have to press A. I think the ideal would be to just press the A button 2 times. One for the bucket that has 2 in it, and then one that has the third. This one, you're basically gonna need the goldfish. Like, get the goldfish, maybe 2 of them, and that could be enough. This one doesn't, I mean, you can avoid all the CPUs in this one without pressing A. Only press B for this one. This one, I think you have to avoid going into the pool of water, or else you're just going to be stuck. Coin cache. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know how to count the number of A presses if I were to do it RTA. But like, you know, this is all theory. Which is fun to think about, you know, sometimes you just wanna put something together. I don't know what the rules of the task would be involving coin minigames. I would think that you would want to have the most coins, which would make this kind of a rough minigame. This one for sure would be pretty rough. Like, disrupting the CPUs as much as possible would be the goal. But then how can you really do that without pressing A? The way to disrupt them is to jump on them, which involves pressing A. So this one for sure would be kind of a difficult one. But if you just want to see the victory animation, no, I don't think there's any B button in this minigame. You can always rely on Rixa for the most helpful tips. So I wonder, is it possible to beat the easy CPUs by only pressing B? Actually, let's try that. I know this is PAL, but I think it's a similar concept. I think, easy CPUs would have to be the way to go. I mean, we could always try normal, but we'll see. It'd be interesting to see if a task can beat a normal CPU by only pressing B. Okay, let me just see how it goes. 24. It doesn't seem very far. We'll see. Oh, baby. Looks like we can actually beat them. Yeah, I feel like a task could. In fact, I'm almost tempted to see how if I could beat a normal CPU by only pressing B. But we'll see. Yeah, I think for triple jump, I'm just like curious to see if a normal CPU can be beaten by only pressing B. A little further this time. 25. Do I win? Okay, that's one CPU. That's one. That's two. I had to do a little bit extra this time compared to last time. Yes, let's go. Just pressing B, I can beat the normal CPU. Let's go. I think it takes a little bit of knowledge of how to press B, because you don't just like mash B the entire time. You have to start a little bit late and then mash hard. But yeah, you can beat the normal CPUs in triple jump by only pressing B. It's pretty crazy. Alright, later skater you need to press A. It's one continuous A press. Dinger Derby, I guess you'd have to sort of see how low the CPU goes in terms of Popstar. I guess you just have to find some RNG seed where A is not one of the answers. I mean, sure, I guess, but I mean, you have to release A at some point, so I think that would be considered one A press. Leaf Leap, I guess it would depend on how low the CPU can go. You'd have to find like the lowest winning score. Yeah. Chomp Romp, 5 A presses are always required. Ground Pound Down, I think it will take, for the first section, 5 A presses, or wait, 5 pounds, so 10 A presses. Second section is another 10. Third section, I would have to calculate. So, that's just the 4 players. I mean, we can go through all of these. This one doesn't require anything. This one requires quite a few, like a couple continuous A presses. You'd have to charge and hit several of them at the same time. Heat Stroke. It is possible to hit only one time and get rid of all 3 of them. I've done it before. Big top drop. Now that's a tough one. Is it possible to win this with only pressing B? That's... I don't want to say it's impossible, but... You know, it'd be interesting to just, like, see a task. I mean, I've actually wanted to task this minigame to see if it's possible to win against certain types of CPUs by mashing A. Like, my theory is that, you know, the CPU will still be able to dodge everything if you don't do it with a little bit of intelligence, but, you know, there's only one way to find out. Oh yeah, I didn't consider that. It is possible to play this as the team of 3. Hold up. Hold up 1 second. Is it possible to jump? You know, all this time I did not realize that it was possible to jump in this minigame. Every time you do, obviously this is... Okay, today I learned that you can actually jump in this minigame. This is actually kind of funny. And every time you do, you just go, ah. Yeah, I've never seen the bots jump either. They only, I mean, I just saw the explanation screen, like, you know, this right here, and I saw them jumping, and that's how I learned. I had no idea. That's actually kind of funny. But I suppose if we make the rule that you can win, that you can just, like, choose your team. Huh. Alright, Tube It or Lose It. I wonder if it's possible to win this by not pressing A. I might like just like see how it is. No. That sounds very... I guess the CPUs... I guess you can win by having the CPU win. Okay. Well, I was hoping to just, like, keep the same CPU setting for the entire task. Or for the entire thing. So, I guess... this one is possible, you just have to get the CPU to do the winning for you. Fight cards, you just have to press one of the cards that's not A. Curvy Curbs doesn't involve A press. Mathletes, you have to press A at least once. So you just go on the team of 3 and you press... you just press A once. So that's how to do it. Quilt for speed involves quite a few A presses. You just have to find a maze that reduces the number of presses. Oh yeah. Wait, you're right. Is it possible? Wait a minute. Is it possible? Oh wait, yeah. I forgot that there was a timer on this. But what happens... yeah, let's just see what happens when... But do I get 0? Oh, no. You don't get 0, you just get some random number. Okay, well that's a good observation. Okay, well, Quilt for speed, I think you might have to be on the team of 3. Is that random, the thing on Mathletes? Yeah, it actually is. It was random. So, quote for speed. I guess being on the team of 3 could reduce the number of A presses that you have to make. But you still have to press A, unfortunately. Beam team, either get out of the way and let the CPU do it, or you can be the runner. Revolving fire, I think it's possible to... Yeah, I've done it before. You don't have to press A. Squared away doesn't involve A presses. Clockstoppers, you can avoid pressing A. I don't think that's... ID UFO, yeah, that one I don't think you can avoid A presses. Andy hoppers, just be the one to swing the ropes. Bus buffer doesn't involve anything. This doesn't involve A presses. Panic pinball, oof. That one is not a good one. I don't know how I could possibly... I mean... You have to have like a really, really good partner to just hit A at moments that would get you some balls. Yeah, it's... That seems very tough. I don't see... Like, I'm not gonna... That starting on the left side is actually useful. Like, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's very, very improbable from the looks of it. You need to have the CPU, like, press the... You might have to, like, pause buffer the heck out of this minigame to get the right RNG seed where the CPU just presses A and gets the bonus. And then just like have them swing like crazy. So it's possible, but it looks very, very rough. Banking coins. Well, I guess the CPU can just hit the bank and then you just farm. Manic mallets, oof. Have to like find some RNG seed where the other team presses A as little as possible and then just like have your teammate do better. You sort of have to find the exact... Mario Party 5 has a lot of button mashing minigames in general, like, you know, compared to... Okay, Rumble Ready. I think it's possible to do it 0 times. The CPU partner would have to go first, and the CPU partner would have to get it all 3 times, and you would basically lose both times. So, that'd be kind of unusual. Berry Basket, just be the runner. Mario Can, ah. Now that one sucks. Mario Can, I think, would be very rough. Because I think you have to ground pound, and that's 2 each. So just make your partner never mess up. I think this would be easier to do if you have intense CPUs. Yeah, this is one of the mini games where A presses would not be very great. Diffuse or lose is another tough one. I think the easier the CPU level, that's again, if we were to swap out the CPU difficulties, it would make things easier, but battle, well, the first one is like astrological. And I think you can win in one round optimally. So that's just one A press. The next one is Tagodori. Oh, I wish I had my NTSC. I think for lucky lineup, if you don't press the A button, you just get 0 points. Yeah, Tagodori is like... You have to find some mashing rhythm that presses the A button as little as possible. It'd take quite a bit of experimentation to get that minimized. Let me see. There's Random Ride. I think you can get away with 0 A presses if you just like don't press A at the beginning. You just let your control stick press 0 times. Twist and Out. Now this is another tough one. It's possible to have the like 2 CPUs knock each other at the same time, and then that could just get them out. But that would be very tough. And so would Bill Blasters. Bill Blasters, I think, would be very tough because you need some cooperation from the CPUs. Yeah, Twist and Out can be done possibly without an A press, but it seems difficult. Like, you know, worst comes to worst, you just have to press the A button 1 time to get whoever is still in. But, you know. Want Maze doesn't involve 1. Button mashers, you just have to get the buttons that are not A. Pump and jump, oof. You have to press A for this one. Just find a minimum. Blown Away. I don't know if you can win Blown Away. Just with 0. I think 1 A press might be required for this one. Can I push them in Blown Away? I don't think you can do that when they're not stunned. Like, this might require 1 continuous A press. I don't see it being possible. I mean, I don't see it being possible, to be honest. Pound Peril, you need 2 A presses here. Bound to Music. 1 A press. Sky Survivor, 0. Wind Waver, 0. Peace Out. Oh, Peace Out is unfortunately gonna require quite a few. I have to like get some seed where like you would only go for the big pieces. I think that would be enough in most cases. Just like fill one board with one color. Mary Poppins, 38 presses. Head waiter, I think you can get away with just pressing B. Get a rope, you don't need to press the A button, you just have to wait out the timer. Shy Guy Showdown, you can press any button that's not A. Countdown Pound, you need 2 button presses. Rain of Fire doesn't require anything. You can press either B or X for Scald and Cauldron. Cajun Cooking, I think it's possible. You just need to find some seed where A is not one of the minigames. Not one of them. DK. DK is gonna be... The vine climbing one is tough. Requires... I think you can... You have to press A one time. But then there's the barrel punch, which doesn't require A button presses, and then the banana peel minigame, which doesn't require any A presses. Frightmare is quite a doozy. Phase 1... in my tasks of this minigame, only pressed A one time, so that's just one A press. Phase 2, I think you might have to make some sacrifices. Like, you have to sort of... But you're gonna have to lose quite a bit of health on that phase. Phase 3, no A presses are required. Phase 4 will require 5 A presses. So I think you can do this in 6 A presses. And I think that's everything. The bonus minigames... volleyball will require quite a few. I think you can get away with not pressing A in the hockey minigame. I think that's everything. Okay, I mean, I don't know. We've been talking about this for about half an hour, but I don't know. It's a fun concept. I might consider some tasks in the future that just presses the A button, or even just like a video describing how many times it takes to press A. Yeah, it will take hundreds of presses. I mean, it's just the way it is, but we're kind of trying to minimize it. Maybe. But, like, you know, getting a quantity? I don't know. Could be interesting. It's a future concept. I don't know if ever people start getting interested in some of my creations, I might consider this. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for tonight. Thank you to everybody who watched this session. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a lot of these minigame grinds on stream. But I will see you guys hopefully later on. Have a good night.